Randy Floyd, Olathe East High School, class of 1994.
They struggle, got purpose, and we grow. So whatever road we have to take next, all I need to know is that we'll roll with the punches.
All right, y'all, here we go. Another week. Happy Monday, y'all. Had a really good weekend. Let's go. On Sunday, attending the Olathe East graduation. Shout out to Olathe East. That's right, alum here, class of 1994. Let's go. Shout out, big shout out. But I enjoyed the Olathe East graduation. It's always a great time of year. I always tell clients, you know, as I'm seeing them when they're younger, you know, if I don't see you again, send me a graduation announcement. I always love seeing just the clients' graduation announcements. Big deal. I loved Nick Ingles' speech. I loved his speech. He's the senior class president.
I've been thinking about what I've wanted to say during this speech since the beginning of the year. Originally, I planned to write a speech filled with bright rainbows and unicorns, highlighting all the great times and fun memories we've had at Olathe East, from countless flawless theater, band, and orchestra performances to game days right at CBAC or ODAC. But then I thought maybe I'll even crack a couple jokes about our administration, but then I'd realize we'd be here all day and they gave me a time limit on this thing. But the longer I reflected on my time here at Olathe East, the more I realized I wanted to talk about something much bigger than that. Every single one of us have struggled with mental health at all different levels, many different times. And I know we're all tired of hearing the same spiel instead of the reality of the situation, which is that too many kids are drowning in an unbelievable pile of stress and anxiety. We're all used to putting on a mask, no pun intended, and pretending everything is okay. We have been doing this for years now, but there is a solution. The person to the left of you and the person to the right of you. If we look out for each other and are honest with one another with our struggles, then we can start to make real change in our lives and society as a whole. I'd like to tell you all about an individual who I'm sure you are aware of, or maybe we're even his friend, the story of Jarrett York. I played football with Jarrett when we were younger and was friends with him freshman year and always enjoyed being around him. Some of my favorite memories of Jarrett are ones that made me laugh until my sides hurt, like in Miss Kimmel's English class when he was absolutely convinced that the Shakespearean sonnet we were supposed to memorize had something to do with a traffic cone, or the time he got us both kicked out of Target, which is definitely a story for another day for not only my parents but also grandparents are in the crowd. I had known Jarrett for many years, and the one thing that stayed true to him throughout his entire life was his big smile. Absolutely nobody had a clue about what was happening in his head or the struggle he was going through until that smile was lost forever. It has been just over 3 years since he passed, and I know that many of us have had the unfair regret of not showing our love or asking how he was just one more time. I'm aware that Jarrett is not the only story like this, and not even the only story from East like this. It's a sad reality that we all live in, and it will continue on unless we step up and do something. So let's turn the focus of today's social media and unrealistic ideas of ourselves into a culture of building each other up.
Nick, great job. Awesome speech. I'm very happy that you chose the topic that you did. Yes, very important. And I know it's a difficult topic to talk about, but very, very important. Thank you, Nick. You crushed it. Yes, class of 2021, you can change. You can be the generation to change how we talk and do mental health. You guys can totally be that generation. I'm excited for you. We'll be right here cheering you on. Let's go. Thanks, Nick. So, one thing that's been coming up in client sessions. Okay, it's time for what's been coming up in client sessions. been meeting with a lot of parents, lots and lots of parents lately, where they're just down and out about the way that they've parented their child. Maybe child is struggling, and they're struggling as parents, and it's just kind of like this cycle where, you know, it's a cycle where kids are, you know, getting upset and breaking things and saying mean things to their parents, and then basically their parents are saying mean things back, and all this has become a negative cycle. The thing that I would say is that there is always a time to start. I get it, you didn't do it in the past, but I believe part of what I talk about leveling it up is that you just weren't aware of it at that time. You weren't aware of it. You didn't know what you didn't know. Now you know what you know, and so you have to be mindful of it. This is just a skill that you have to be mindful of, and you have to say, oh, okay, now I'm gonna start focusing. I'm gonna start focusing on a different way of doing things. Can't hold on to the past, can't keep going into the past. Right now in this moment, as a parent, how do I go forward? And then you just go forward working and learning the skills to be able to create a new way of relating to your child. So I posted this picture this weekend of me basically saying that I turned 45 last week, and some people guess that I'm no more than 32, some people guess that I'm 18, you know, somewhere in the 20-year-old range, 20, 25, 28, fine, I've heard it all, and I'm okay with it, right? Because here's what I really believe. I believe that for us to stay young, we got to keep that spirit, that kid spirit alive. We got to keep that kid spirit alive to stay young. And to be honest with you, I'm 45 right now, but I want to live to be 95, right? That's 50 more years, 50 more years. And for me to get the most out of my life, I've got to live like I've got a kid spirit in me, right? I got to live like I got a kid spirit. I want to get a lot done. I want to experience a lot in life over the next 50 years. I want to experience a lot in life over the next 50 years. I want to get the most out of it. And so for me, got to keep that kid spirit alive. I also got to look at myself and go, okay, how are you maintaining your body? How are you maintaining your body? How are you eating? How are you sleeping? You know, what kind of people are in your life? Are there positive people, right? How are you financially, right? Relationally? Like, I basically need to look a deep dive at myself and say, okay, Randy, you got 50 years. Let's say you got 50 years to live. How are you going to set yourself up? How are you going to set yourself up to live those next 50 years? I want to get out and enjoy life. I want to go to concerts. I want to travel. I want to do all those things, right? I want to do all those things. I want to be happening. I want to be happening at 75, 80 years old. And so to enjoy those 50 years, I really got to look at myself. Got to really look at myself, because I believe it's up to me. I believe it's up to me. How am I thinking? How am I thinking? How am I feeling? How am I feeling? What am I doing? And if those, how am I thinking and feeling and doing's not in alignment with what I want in the next 50 years, then it's up to me to change that, right? It's up to me if I want to change those things. If I don't, I don't. But it's up to me. It's up to me how I want to live out those 50 years. It's really up to you. You've got to audit yourself. You got to look at yourself and go, okay, how many years do I have left to live, right? How many years? Right now, there is a finite amount of time that you're going to be here on earth, right? How do I want to live that life? Do I want to walk around moaning and groaning? Do I want to feel like I, do I want to feel bad, right? Or do I want to be up and around and doing things and all that? You got to look at your life, y'all. You got to look at your life. You are the captain. You are the captain of your life.